Tweety. It would make a better character. Clampett used him as a violent character, if you've ever seen a cartoon. But he was cute, you know. And I think that's the intention that he had, that his cuteness forgave him being violent because he was being attacked. Seltzer came in. I said, well, gee, I would like to use that Tweety instead of the woodpecker. And he said, oh, no, you don't. He says, that woodpecker is the whole show. And I said, oh, no, he isn't. And he insisted that it was the whole show. He wouldn't let me change it. So I told him, I said, Ed, since you've been here, well, I guess it was there 6 months or so. I said, since you've been here 6 months and I've been here 15 years, and you know more than I do, here. And I give him the pencil. I said, you do it. And I went home. But I knew he was going to chase me. I knew he wasn't going to let me go. And so that night he called me on the phone, and he said, go ahead and do it the way you wanted to do it. So I did his Tweety, and of course that won the Academy Award. The stories weren't any different. We just put them on different locations. But the idea, the intent was to get the bird, and he had a defense. Sometimes he had a dog that defended him, and sometimes he had Granny.
Well, here we are at last, Tweety, in Venice, with all its Venetian blinds. You enjoy the scenery, Tweety, while I freshen up. Dee 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 dee.
When Friz hired me to do Granny, having not been a cartoon buff really very much, I didn't know that there had been a previous Granny before that B. Benaderet did. Otherwise, I probably would have gone to the theater and studied what had been going on before. I just knew that Granny was very protective of Tweety Pie, and that Sylvester was about to pounce on him at any opportunity.
Oh, hello, pretty cat. What you doing up there? Granny was a very sweet, nice, accommodating little lady, but she had an edge to her when it came to Sylvester, of course. If there's one little feather, just one little feather harmed of this bird, I'm going to sell you to the violin string factory. Remember?
I would say she was eccentric. She even looked eccentric. I guess Friz determined that.
If you really want to beat this, look us up. We can help you.
It won the Academy Award, for one thing. And in Birds Anonymous, there is a sequence where Sylvester is not supposed to eat a bird anymore. So Friz, to get the power of this feeling that Sylvester is really stressed out, he did maybe 6 shots of him in different poses in this bed. It took about 45 seconds, that's 30 feet of animation, to do that.
Uh-oh, here we go again.
Instead of having another director saying, well, I'll have him pacing back and forth and moping around and animating him, sitting on a chair, getting up and pacing, he did it with 6 stills. So he saved a lot of money.
Just one.
You just saw him suffer mentally, which is not easy to do in animation.
Do you have a message for Mr. Fudd?
Friz didn't like Elmer Fudd.
Oh, you treacherous twigster.
As a matter of fact, I don't think any of the directors liked him. The quota would come down from the head of the cartoon studio, how many we're going to do, and Elmer there was always one of them, and they always hated the idea of doing Elmer. None of them. I'm talking about Chuck, Bob McKempson, or Friz. They didn't want to have anything to do with Elmer Fudd.
I wasn't dissatisfied, but I figured, how many times are we going to have him hunt a rabbit?